Anna, do you have some time to chat right now? I've got some very important stuff to talk with you about. Hello, Katie. Sure, we can talk. It is something really important, like I said, but it will be a little hard for me to say to you. That's fine. What do you have for me? Soon, your brother and I are going to have our wedding reception, right? The one we've been planning on for the past year now. That's what I've heard. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, on that day, do you mind not coming to the wedding after all? What? Why don't you want me coming to your guys' wedding? This is going to be my brother's wedding. You have to know that I'm coming to that wedding no matter what to see him. And I totally understand that you want to be there to support him, but this time isn't going to be just your average wedding. What do you mean by that? How isn't it going to be average? This wedding is going to be used for one thing, and one thing in particular. The merging of both my dad's company with the company that Justin's been managing. So this is a very, very important wedding for all of us, especially for someone like me who is the wife of a CEO now. And all the people that will be coming are huge deals in the business world, much like celebrities. I want this wedding to be based around that event in particular and make sure that all those other businessmen and women are shown just how amazing my dad's and your brother's companies are. So, to be honest with you, people that don't have anything to do with all this important business work aren't coming. You think I don't have anything to do with any of that? I'm Justin's sister. If anything, I have more business being there than those people wanting to talk business. If this was a normal wedding, then yes. It hurts me to have to sit here telling you about all this as well. But listen, this wedding is about business more than it's about family. We have a lot to show for and can't have those with no relation to it getting in our way. If you really care about your brother and his future, then you'll make sure to stay away from this wedding. All right? I'm sure you can do that for us, right? As his wife, I can't be having our images made look bad, and the wedding is the one event where you can really show off to all those that are watching. And there will be a lot of very influential people watching. So please stay away for your brother's company's sake, for your brother's sake. This is a huge occasion for your brother, after all. I happen to understand business talk very well, though, and know that this wedding is going to mean a lot. I've been around it all my life. But I feel you having something as important as that to you guys going on during your wedding is a big no-no. Also, when you said there are a bunch of celebrity-like business people coming to the wedding, those happen to be people invited by my side of the family. I happen to be on good terms with a lot of them as well and would consider them all good friends. Not only do I happen to view them as friends, though, but family as well, actually, due to us all being just that close to one another. So there's no way I can stay away from this wedding. If anything, me not being there would do worse for the wedding than better. Well, whatever then. There is still some time before the wedding date, so maybe you'll have a change of mind before then. Just let me know, all right? I have to make sure I have my things in order, and some of those things revolve around you staying away from our wedding. No, I will not be changing my mind at all on this one, Katie. Did you really come here? Congratulations on your marriage today. And had you not come here today, I would have actually believed that your feelings towards me were true. I thought I told you to stay away from this wedding, yet here you are walking around here just hours before it's going to start. You are really such a rude woman. Asking me over and over again to not come to this wedding today as though I'd ever say yes to that? Why have you been trying so hard to keep me away from this wedding today? You know, the one where all my family and friends are present at? When you take a good look around this place, you don't have any ideas why? Well, I have to say, this is one gorgeous-looking wedding you have here. I can tell you put a lot of time and money into it for sure. I'm so happy to hear from you that you can see just how much time and effort went into it. And let's not forget about how much a wedding like this might cost. And? What are you trying to tell me here? I've told you before that today is a very important day to me and my husband, as it's the day he'll be merging with my dad's company. I'm aware of that. But that happens to be between my brother's company and your father's company, right? I don't really see where you come into it, as though you're going to be playing any part in the talks they have. Will this wedding really affect the outlook on that deal they're talking about? Because to me, I don't think it will. You are such an idiot, aren't you? The reason I've made sure that this wedding is looking this spectacular is because today is so big of a day for us that it needs to look perfect. If I were to have made this wedding into your average little countryside wedding, then there would be repercussions from that. Both my dad and my husband would blame me for making them both look bad. And they might have to end up calling their merger off after that. I'm the wife of a CEO now and have a duty to support my husband in every way possible. I'm sure you would have no idea of that, though, since you're nothing more than his sister. Well, one could say that. There are going to be a lot of people coming to the wedding today. I've already told you how important this wedding is for us plenty of times now, yet you still crawled in here. Excuse me, but can you please explain to me why it's such a bad thing for me to be here? You keep going on about how important this wedding is for you and my brother, but you have still not told me why you're singling me out and want me gone. All right, sure. Let me tell it to you straight. And once you've listened to my explanation, go home. Well, that depends on the reason you give me. I'm not just going to leave if that reason is beyond stupid or something. This has been something on my mind for a while now, but I don't ever remember inviting someone with that disgusting of a scar on their face to my wedding. Huh? You're talking about my scar? Well, there isn't anyone else here with that kind of a nasty scar, right? No matter how much I try and make up for you being here, you will always stick out like a sore thumb. And that's going to ruin everything. You're terrible. And that's why I didn't ever want to tell you that before. But you were being a total butthead about it, so I had to tell you the truth. I wanted a reason from you, but I never thought that out of all the reasons you could give me, that would be the one. So you've been looking at me, thinking of me in that way then? It's not only me who's disgusted by you. Everyone thinks the exact same thing while looking at your face. It's just nobody ever wants to say anything. So can you please leave for me now? I want this grotesque-looking monster out of my wedding right now.
Anna, have you made it to the wedding yet?
Hi, Justin.
I'm so happy to have finally made it to this day. And I'm glad to know that all my family will be here to support me.
Yeah. Well, how have things been going for you?
Well, I have been really busy all morning getting ready for today, and so I haven't had enough downtime to just take a moment to relax. So, I'm taking a bit now to talk with you. And, well, I haven't been able to see you here yet, so I thought I'd give you a text.
I mean, you can talk to me whenever, right? You can wait until after the ceremony and such is finished.
But, you know that today is a very special day for me. However, I haven't told you all the facts about it just yet.
What haven't you told me?
Well, this is all going to be soft things. About how thankful I am for having you as my sister.
You're thankful for me? But I've always been wanting to say how thankful I am for you. Both of our parents ended up passing away while we were still young, and so you've played a huge role in my life, like you were my third parent. You did everything for me, like Mom and Dad were doing for me before. And, well, I feel that not all the time we spent together were good times. I might have been a jerk to you occasionally, but...
Well, I feel differently about that. The only reason I was able to take the shoes of both Mom and Dad after their passing is because you were there. And it wasn't just when I was around you, but outside of the family as well. If it weren't for you being my little sister, I would not have a company of my own going so smoothly today. That is why I'm so thankful that you're my little sister, Anna.
But I feel the same thing towards you. Hey, can I ask you something really quick?
Sure. Go ahead.
No matter what I do, will you always be there to support and cheer for me?
Absolutely. I will always be with you. On your side, no matter what it is you're doing. And you know that after today, you and I will be going to New York City. Our dreams will finally come true. And once we're there, we'll continue to support one another and be happy, right?
Right. Well, since I have your support, there is something I'd really like you to see. Do you mind?
Sure. What do you have for me?
Katie, I am not going to stick around for the wedding and will instead be going home. Oh, how wonderful! I am so glad you've finally come around to understanding my point of view in all this. That's a huge help. I see. Well, I'm glad to see that you're happy about this. I said a lot of things that you probably didn't like, right? But I was just being open and honest with you about them. I think now, after learning the truth about yourself, you should be more careful about the life you want to live. Sure. Thank you for telling me those things. Now, before you have your wedding, could I ask you one more question? Sure. Why not? I am really busy right now, so please make it quick for me. I'll do my best. And thank you. Can you tell me what you think of my brother? To me, he's the only member of my close family that I have left. And to me, he is the number one person in this world that I respect, and that respect for him will never go away. So tell me, Katie, what do you yourself think of my brother? I think the same things as you. I very much respect Justin in a lot of ways. And I love him so very much, but let's be honest, he makes for one heck of a wallet for me. Wallet? That's right. In reality, all he is to me is my wallet. He's my magic wallet where I can ask it whatever I want and it will magically make it appear for me. I knew it. You are only after his money. Well, of course I am. I'm the wife of a CEO now. And the only reason I'd want to be around him is if he has the money to keep me around. And from what I know about Justin, he makes more than enough money to keep me happy for the rest of my life. But when it comes to his face, it's not at all the kind of face I like. I've heard from my brother a few times now about how you love to go on reckless spending sprees with all his money. But I guess you're a lot worse than I first imagined. You have no right to be complaining about me. I'm being nice by giving him a nice and beautiful wife. So you both should be thankful that I came to his side. All right then. Thank you for your time. Hey, if you don't mind me saying all those things to you, then you can let me talk to you a lot more often from now on. No, thank you. Have you already left the wedding? I'm on my way out right now. Stop trying to rush me so much when I have a few things I need to attend to. Is that so? I would like you to make sure that you stay out of sight of all the guests here today as to not make them sick to their stomachs. I'm well aware of that. And by the way, I happen to have one more thing that I'd like to tell you. What could that be? This is about something that'll happen after the wedding. You and I will be sister-in-laws then. And, well, I don't want you ever talking to me again. Or coming near me, or even my husband. Why? We'll both be family, and you'll be with my brother. But listen to this, you are only being spoiled by your older brother, right? You've been living off the money that he's been making all your life, right? That's not true at all. I have been earning all the money I use by myself. But after this wedding, I'm not sure what you might be up to with him. Are you trying to keep me away from him in order to protect all the money he has and hoard it all for yourself? That's spot on. And if I ever do see or hear about you coming around my family at all, I'll make sure you have something to be scared about. Having your disgusting face around us at any moment could taint the image that both Justin and my dad's company have made for us. You can say and ask for that all you like, but I think my brother will still want to meet with me. Oh, I don't think so. He's going to listen to everything I say. All I have to tell him is to never see you again, and he will do just that. At this point, you might as well call this cutting ties, right? Is that right? So what are you going to do? Do you want me to go ask your brother, who you respect so much, to cut ties to you? No, you won't have to do that. I'm already on board with you and no longer want to see you ever again either. You and I will never see one another again. That better be a promise. Make sure to never break that promise, okay? You, where are you right now? What was that? I'm on my way home right now. I see. And none of the other guests here know about this, right? Why are you asking me that? Well, the wedding is supposed to be starting pretty soon now, but everyone from your side of the family and friends hasn't shown up yet. I'm just wondering if maybe they all had a mix-up and went to another location? I don't think that's the case here. I just happened to talk to someone I know that works at that reception hall before heading out. Then why has nobody shown up yet that your brother invited? Perhaps that could mean they all went back home instead of coming to see the wedding? Huh? What are you trying to say here? Why would they all go home? The wedding is only just about to start. Well, I happened to explain to all of them the reason why I wouldn't be staying for the wedding. I didn't want to just walk out of there without letting everyone I care about know. They would have started to worry about me, and I didn't want that for them. So on my way out, while a lot of the guests were gathered at the front of the building, I told them what you said about me and what you said about my brother. And as I was telling them all, the expression on their faces became more and more frustrated. I guess they all turned around and went home at that point. No freaking way! You're the reason they all left? Why would you do something like that to me and my wedding? I just had to make sure they all knew the reason why I was choosing to go home. Huh? Are you a brain-dead idiot? Of course you are. All you've done now is made me look worse because all of them won't be showing up here. Well, if you didn't want to look bad, then why would you do things that are obviously horrible things? I'm not messing around here. I want you to call all of those people and tell them to come back here right now. Tell them everything you said about me was a lie and that they can come back and enjoy the wedding. And why should I have to do something like that for you? I never lied about anything. If anything, I'd be lying to them about lying. Well, if nothing is done about this now, my wedding is going to become a real mess. Is that what you want to happen to me? I told you so many times now that today there is going to be a huge meeting about the merger at this wedding. What you're doing right now is going to hurt your respected brother in so many ways. This has nothing to do with what's supposed to be happening at your wedding. This is how everyone thinks of you now after learning about the real kind of garbage you are. The reason for all of this is you. All right. So you're going to be like that now. Well, we'll see what happens next. But don't come crying to me over it. Are you planning to do something to me? Well, your brother happens to be the groom for this wedding, correct? I'm going to make sure that he's made aware of why all this has happened today. And then he'll have nobody else to be upset with but you. I'll tell him all about how you set this up and how you've been the one wanting to ruin his wedding. When he hears about that, he's going to be both heartbroken and furious. But I have to tell him, so I hope the best for you after today. Is that what you're planning to do now? Well, go right ahead then. What is this? Why aren't you freaking out? Like I said to you, this has nothing to do with your wedding or anything like that, and I was never trying to ruin it by being there. Huh. Say whatever you want. I'm going to tell Justin the truth, and we'll see if he really believes all that bullcrap you keep saying. Justin, huge problem.
Katie? What is it?
All of the family and friends that you invited to be here today have all gone home.
What do you mean?
This is about your little sister. She went around to all your guests and started to tell them these horrible lies about me. And they all started to believe her, and that's what sent them all away from here.
Why would Anna ever do something like that on the day of my wedding?
That witch, she doesn't like the idea of you becoming my husband for good, and she doesn't want to see me take you. So she decided the best way to stop that from happening was to ruin our wedding for good. I cannot believe that witch.
I'm sorry, but I don't think my sister would ever go through with ruining this wedding for a petty reason like that.
I'm telling you the truth. That witch has always had things against me and has been saying terrible things to me ever since her and I first met. And now that I've really began to think about it, she's been trying to drive me away from you. She's a legit monster, Justin. I do not want to become family with something like that.
I think you might be onto something.
Justin, you understand me, right?
I do. I do very much, actually. I wouldn't want to become family with a monster like you either. And I'm not going to.
What? A monster? Like me?
That's right. You're the monster. You've been saying horrible things about my little sister this whole time, to the point that not even I can forgive you for it anymore.
I have not been saying horrible things to her.
You haven't been? But I was shown all the text messages you have been sending Anna by her up to today. And from the looks of it, you have been verbally harassing her. Especially about the scar on her face. Do you have any idea how much that scar has mentally scarred her all her life? I'm sure you don't. Because if you really knew, then you would have never said the things that you said to her today about it. She got that scar to her face back when my family got into a car accident that ended up killing both my parents. You remember me telling you all about this, right? Well, it wasn't just the both of my parents who lost something in that car crash. Anna did too, although it wasn't her life. She had a large gash slashed across her face by a piece of metal and had to spend weeks in the hospital having it treated. But even after those weeks in there, it didn't heal up the best it could have, and she was left with that scar, reminding her of her parents' death and reminding her of the crash. You've really done it now, Katie.
Wait. Justin, settle down for me.
In order to help take care of that scar on her face through plastic surgery, it would cost an arm and a leg. And the only doctor confident enough in helping perform that surgery is all the way in New York City, and rarely has any openings. That's why I've been spending years saving up money for her, and we've been waiting to get a reply from the doctor about his next opening for us. And the plan for us was, after this wedding was over with, her and I would head over there and get the surgery she's been wanting. Do you have any freaking idea how long my sister and I have been waiting for this day? Years! We have been waiting years for both me to get the money she needs for that treatment, and for the doctor to tell us when to come out there and get the surgery Anna needs.
I can see it's been rough on you both. I can understand that.
Shut the hell up! You were just making fun of her scar only a few hours ago. I am not going to let you get away with that kind of childish behavior. You and I are getting divorced.
You're joking, right? Wait a second. What is going to happen to the wedding then?
We're canceling the wedding. And that whole meeting about the merger with your dad's company is off. I'm taking all I said before back, and I no longer want to have anything to do with you or your family. Don't even bother trying to get in touch with me anymore after this. I'm going to have my lawyer handle all of this. So if you have something you want to say to me, tell it to him. He'll make sure to pass it on to me.
Justin! Wait. Please listen to what I have to say. I don't want to get a divorce already. Why would you do this to me? Now your brother and I are going to get a divorce because of you. Why are you talking to me about this? Because he's not listening to me anymore and won't even read my texts. I only have you to talk to now, and you're the one to blame. I have nothing to do with what happened here. And that divorce is between you and your husband only. Well, I want to talk to you about this and have you make things right with him. If you're able to forgive me, then maybe he'll start to listen to me again and we can still have this wedding. No, thank you. I don't want things like you being married to my brother either, so I'm all in on this divorce. Is this because I called him my wallet or something? That was just a joke. But after seeing the way you've started to act and freak out, I'm not sure it was a joke. If my brother is saying you are both getting a divorce, then the only thing left that you can do is help make the divorce go by easier. And from what I've heard, he's expecting that you will be paying for this whole wedding's cancellation fees. Huh? Why would I have to pay for it? Well, it's quite simple. You were the one that set this wedding aflame, and then you continued to fan said flame until the wedding was no more. Since you're the one responsible for all of it, you have to be the one to pay up. That's just how things work in this world. But But I put my heart into setting this wedding up to make it my dream wedding. How much would I have to pay for it being canceled? Well, why don't you go and ask the wedding director that question? Are you just going to leave me here to rot away and die? Why are you trying to make it look as though you're a victim to all this as well? Had you just been a decent human being about all of this, maybe your wedding wouldn't have been ruined by yourself, and maybe you wouldn't be losing your husband. In other words, this is what you get for being a monster. Well, whatever, I don't care. We're getting a divorce now, right? Well, if that's really going to happen, then there's no problem with that to me. And why do you think that? Well, if you think about it, the only reason I ever wanted to be married to that idiot in the first place was for his money. There are plenty of other rich men in this world I can marry, so I don't need to be with Justin. Also, my family is just as rich as he is, so I can live without him. And now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm kind of glad I don't have to marry a horse-faced looking loser like him for his money. Is that right? Well, that just means that this whole divorce process will go a lot smoother now since both parties are agreeing to the divorce. Yep. I'm so on board with the divorce now that I'll go out myself and get the papers all filled out and signed for Justin. That would help us out so much. And it's not like I'll regret any of this because I still have the money from my dad. I also have the body of my mom, so I'm practically like a model. I'll find myself another man right after this divorce who has loads of money and marry him instead. I really am wondering why I ever chose to marry such an ugly man like your brother now. My eyes have been opened wide now, and I feel like a completely changed person. So this means you'll be paying for the canceled wedding as well then, right? Sure, I can pay it all off. I'll just ask my dad to pay for it, and he'll do just that. You really think that your dad has that kind of money just sitting around, though? Excuse me? What the hell are you saying? My dad is the CEO of his own company. I told you that already. Have you heard anything about Mr. Jefferson's situation? About what's been going on with him at all? Huh? Who's that? That happens to be the lawyer who's been helping both my brother and your dad out with their company merger. I don't like to dabble in that sort of stuff, so I'm not aware. I can see that. Well, then allow me to tell you what's happened there. What are you going on about? Your dad's company is on its way to becoming a bankrupt company. Huh? If you go ahead and take a look at it yourself, you'd understand. And if you are around your dad right now, you could just go and ask him about it yourself, and he'd be able to confirm that. Don't make up such stupid lies as that. Why the hell would my dad want to have your brother's company merge with his if it was about to become bankrupt? Well, your dad and Justin had a meeting talking about how my brother's company would take your dad's company over in order to keep it from going bankrupt. Of course, your dad was so happy about this news and said yes to my brother. Your dad would be able to take his failing company and hand it over to my brother without having to pay for any damages. But all those talks have been canceled. Then this means my dad doesn't have a lot of money? Correct. And that's why I'm a little skeptical about you actually being able to pay off the wedding's cancellation fees. Well, then what the hell should I do? Well, the only option you have is to make money yourself and find a way to pay off all those fees. That's how things like that are normally handled, you child. No way. I have never worked a day in my life. Well, that's no excuse for not finding yourself a job now. Let me say that no matter how many people you try and tell something like that to, at your age, they're going to laugh in your face and call you a loser. You're 27 years old now, right? You are responsible for yourself now, so good luck becoming an actual adult in the next few days. Please find some way to get your brother to go through with taking on my dad's company in the merger. Please, 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 please. I have no reason to ask him to do that. If you're so afraid of not having any money to pay off those cancellation fees, go and ask Justin yourself. I'm sure he's not going to bother listening to you anymore, but it could always be worth a shot, right? Hey, please don't leave me here like this. I don't want to deal with all of this alone.
I finally finished going through all the paperwork to have the wedding canceled.
Is that right? Then that means you'll be coming home now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Anna, I'm sorry. This has caused a lot of heartache for you, I'm sure.
No worries. You don't have to apologize for any of what's happened today.
But I was the one that wanted to get married to that monster. So this was all on me in some way.
But even if you see it that way, you never went through with the wedding, right? And that's because you've been thinking about me. I'm sure you feel really badly about all this, but you've done so much for me now that I could care less about what happened. Because you've done everything to make sure I know you care about me. Like all that money you've been saving up for the surgery, right? So please, do not apologize for any of this.
All right. Okay then.
But just make sure that from now on you do a better job at figuring someone out before you take any big steps with them. If you try and marry someone like Katie again, you might end up on the short end of the stick.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I promise that from now on, I'll be more careful with the people I choose.
With the merger from my brother's company and Katie's dad's company becoming a bust, her dad's company went bankrupt. Katie's dad had tried to talk Justin back into taking his company, but Justin told him that he could no longer stand the thought of working with his family, considering he raised such a terrible woman as his daughter. After letting her dad know that, he never tried bothering Justin about the merger again. Along with her dad's company going under, Katie was charged with having to pay for the whole wedding's cancellation fees, and because of that, her life took a turn for the worst. Since she was in big trouble, she started to do the most insane things, like going to parties where she knew people with lots of money would gather. But a lot of those people happen to talk a lot of business themselves and are well aware of what happened that caused the merger between her dad's company and Justin's company to fall through. And since Katie was the reason for all of it, they knew who she was and the bad news that surrounded her. Because of that, she wasn't able to find anyone who was willing to talk with her, and now she's given up going to any more parties. But this wasn't the end of her insane actions in order to get some kind of money from anyone, and so she started to go online begging for money. She would use all her social media accounts to talk about how she needed someone to be her sugar daddy and that she'd do anything they asked her to do in exchange. But this would end up not turning out so well for her either, as most of the men that would contact her didn't have the kind of money she wanted and would ask her to do some of the most ridiculous things for them. She never did end up going with any of those men and instead shut down all her accounts as those creepy men just kept coming and coming. In the end, Katie tried getting Justin to come back to her, but my brother knows better than to fall for that crap, and never once responded to any of her cries for help. As of right now, Katie's been left with ties being cut to both her parents and no friends around her to help her out, forcing her to work all day long in an attempt to make some kind of money to pay off those fees. And when it comes to the type of job she's doing, let's just say it has something to do with her going online and showing herself off. When it comes to Justin and myself, it took us a few days to get over what had happened and to let it all sink in. But once we were both feeling 100% again and Justin had settled the divorce, we took off to New York, where I should be getting that surgery in a few more days. And let me tell you, I am so excited for that.
Hey, Edward. What did you do? I'm in the middle of shopping with my friends and none of my cards are working. They're all saying they're locked. Contact the bank immediately and sort this out right now. Do you have any idea how humiliated I felt when I found out my card was blocked? I'm so furious right now.
No, Riley, it's not the bank's fault. It's me. I blocked the card. But right now, I'm exhausted. I've been working non-stop for 12 hours, so let me rest for a bit, and then I'll explain everything.
No! Tell me the reason right now! Are you taking a break just so you can come up with 100 excuses? Is that it? Or maybe you're spending our money on your side chick.
Don't you dare talk nonsense like that. I have never betrayed you.
Oh, so now you're getting defensive? Did I strike a nerve in your black heart? I'm sure you've got a mistress out there. You leave your miserable wife at home while you shower another woman with our hard-earned money? Shopping is my biggest passion. And you let me face such humiliation in front of my friends?
Fine, my company is in deep trouble, okay?
Trouble? What kind of trouble forces you to lock your own wife's card? Tell me right now.
We just received a shipment, and guess what? It arrived completely broken. Now I have to cough up over $300,000 in compensation for the damages. But I'm strapped for cash right now, so I'm scrambling to collect money from every possible source. I even warned you about this a few days ago. I explicitly told you to only spend on necessary things so we could save up. But what do I see today? I checked the bank statement and you've blown $20,000 at the mall. Even the partner company is threatening to sue me if I can't pay up for the damages. So yeah, that's why I...
What? It's only $20,000 now and you don't want to spend it on me? Even though your precious company is in trouble, you shouldn't lock your wife's card. A husband is supposed to take care of his wife. Weren't you ashamed of yourself when you did that?
What are you saying? My company is on the verge of collapsing. Right now, every single dollar it's worth its weight in gold. Instead of standing by me, you're using such a hostile tone with me?
Maybe you should thank your wife for being so carefree. What is a man's greatest joy? It's making his wife happy. That's what everyone says, right? But you're just a whiny man, complaining about everything.
I can't believe how heartless you're being right now.
So what? I don't care. Unlock my card immediately. I'm celebrating my mom's birthday in a few days, and you better make sure I have access to my money.
Well, I was actually going to discuss that with you too. This year, instead of having a birthday party for mom at a luxurious 5-star hotel, can we just have a small gathering at home? I think it would be more meaningful because your mother has always mentioned that she just wants to be with her family on her birthday. But no, you always have to go all out trying to impress everyone and show off. Now, with my financial situation, I simply can't afford it.
How is that even possible? I have already chosen the restaurant and even bought a stunning dress to steal the show. Not only that, I've informed all my friends and relatives and invited them to the party. If I suddenly change the plans like that, everyone will mock me and look down on me. No, it's absolutely necessary to maintain the grandeur, as always.
Riley, can you please think of someone other than yourself for once? Every year, it's the same story. But does mom genuinely enjoy these extravagant parties? She mentioned numerous times that it feels more like celebration for you to flaunt your status rather than her genuine celebration. Or if it's absolutely necessary to have this grand celebration, can we at least postpone it until next year? I promise I'll make it up to you both and organize a celebration twice as grand. But right now, my company is struggling.
Impossible! You can't do this to me. You can't shatter my reputation, my pride like this. If I don't throw this party, how will I face anyone? You're nothing but a weak, failed man who can't take care of his own wife. A useless, incompetent son-in-law. People like you aren't worthy of being my husband.
How can you say such things to me? Why do you show me no respect? I demand an apology from you right now.
Apologize to you? For what? I'm simply demanding my rights and what benefits me. Unlock my card immediately. The staff is pressuring me to pay, and a crowd of people is waiting, watching me with judgmental eyes. I'm being ridiculed and humiliated here.
I can't give in to your selfish demands right now. Riley, I have an important meeting with my business partner that I cannot miss. We'll discuss this matter when we get home.
Hey, Edward. Where are all our maids and drivers? I just called them and they told me that you fired them yesterday because you claim we can't afford to pay them anymore? What's going on? Who will handle the household chores and drive me around for shopping now?
Well, it seems our financial situation has hit rock bottom, and I can no longer sustain the expenses of the staff. So yes, From now on, I need you to step up and take care of the housework. And as for the car, it's gone. I sold it. But don't worry, I managed to array a lousy bus and train pass for you.
Ugh, you arrogant bastard! You sold my car without even having the decency to discuss it with me? That car was mine too, and you had no right to sell it behind my back. You're nothing but a thief.
Riley, you can eventually forget that the car was purchased with money before we got married. It was always mine, legally. Selling it without your consent shouldn't come as a surprise. And don't act like I never tried to communicate with you, but every time I see you, all you do is spew anger and threats of leaving.
But why did you have to sell the car? What's the reason behind it? You're turning my life upside down. Selling the car was bad enough, but now you expect me to do the damn housework? Are you out of your mind? I've been living a life of luxury with maids catering to my every need, and now you want me to clean like some common servant?
Riley, I don't know if there's some confusion or if you're intentionally refusing to understand. Can't you see that my company is on the brink of collapse? I had to sell the car to save what little money I could. And not only the car, but even this house may be taken away from us soon.
I couldn't care less about your company. All I know is that you failed miserably as a husband, incapable of providing me and maintaining the lifestyle I deserve. I won't allow you to sell the house. If it ever comes to that, I'm leaving, and you can do whatever the hell you want. But let me make one thing clear. I will not lift a finger for any housework.
Riley, I can't fathom how you've become such a selfish woman. But since I anticipated that you would refuse to do any housework, I had made preparations in advance.
Prepare? What do you mean by prepare?
I had a conversation with your mother, discussing the dire state of our company. I explained the situation to her, and she graciously offered to help. She agreed to assist with the housework and even lent me some money to save the company.
How dare you treat my mother as if she's some kind of servant for your convenience? She's my mother, and she deserves respect and care, not to be exploited by you. And you had the audacity to take her money? Aren't you humiliated by your own actions?
If you're so concerned about your mother, why don't you step up and help her with the housework? I'm losing my patience with you, Riley. And for the record, I didn't take her money. She willingly offered to support me, and I borrowed it with her consent.
Is talking back the only thing you're good at? You can't even prove yourself as a worthy man.
I don't want to argue with you anymore. I just have one request. Can you bring me the cash I borrowed from relatives, which is stored in the safe at home? I need to prepare important documents for a crucial meeting with a partner, so I can't come home now. Due to an unexpected early arrival of a shipment, I couldn't retrieve the money myself.
The cash in the safe? I've spent it all.
What? You've spent over $100,000 already? Do you realize that that was the last shred of money I had to rebuild the company?
Oh, please. Other husbands make hundreds of thousands of dollars and their wives spend without being questioned. Why are you making such a fuss over a meager amount? Besides, I invested the money. Weren't you always telling me to do something to support you?
Invested? What did you invest in? And with whom?
What I do with that money is none of your business. How would a bankrupt failure like you even comprehend?
Riley, you don't seem to understand the urgency of the situation. I need that money right now to receive the shipment. Our company's future depends on it. Can you not see that?
I see just fine. I see a husband who has failed to provide for his family, who can't even keep a stable financial situation. I don't care about your money or your precious shipment. It's not my problem. You should have thought about all of this before making reckless decisions.
Riley, tell me, where did you hide the money? Riley, are you there? Riley, where are you right now? Why haven't you come home yet? And why are you always coming home late these days?
What's it to you? I'm at work. I have to work my ass off to support a worthless, pathetic husband like you.
Don't you dare disrespect me like that. I've been working my ass off too, trying to save our family from financial ruin. Luckily, things have become more stable now. I found another investor who helped me with the money for the shipment. We won't need to sell the house anymore. Plus, I've taken a part-time job outside, working at a factory and doing evening deliveries. I'm doing whatever it takes. It may not bring in as much money as before, but it's enough for us to live more comfortably now.
Ooh, look at you, Mr. Hero. How convenient that things are getting better for you. You, from a CEO, now turned out to become a delivery man. But that doesn't matter to me anymore. I have my own money now, and I don't need to rely on your pathetic card.
But Riley, what exactly are you doing? Why won't you tell me about your work and the people you're involved with? You have no knowledge about business, and I'm worried that you might be getting scammed.
Shut up! Are you calling me stupid? I'm smarter than you'll ever be. You're just a failure who can't provide for his own family. Now leave me alone. I have work to do, unlike you.
You've truly shocked me today. If I hadn't been delivering food to your lover's house, would I have even known about this? I can't believe I married someone like you. No, you're my ex-wife. I couldn't bear to be with a promiscuous woman like you.
Oh, spare me your moral lectures. You think you're any better? At least I have the guts to chase after what I want instead of wallowing in poverty with you. And don't you dare judge me while you're here delivering food to others and playing the victim.
So you lied to me, saying you were going to work? What do you do? Are you selling yourself? Are you not even ashamed? I never imagined I would end up with a heartless, selfish woman like you. I loved you, cared for you, and this is how you repay me? By betraying our love and our vows?
Love? What love? Your love was never enough to provide for me, to give me the life I deserved. I'd rather live in shame than starve. But who should really be ashamed here? It's you! You're the husband who can't take care of his own wife. If you can't fulfill your responsibilities, then let another man do it. And why did you dare to punch him in the face? Did you even know he's the president of a huge company? If he decides to sue you, even selling your house won't be enough to cover the damages.
So it turns out you went to him for money? Just like the day before you came to me? How could you stoop so low? Is money the only thing that matters to you?
Let me tell you, he and I are genuinely in love. The fact that he's wealthy is just a coincidence. But his wife is too clueless to know how to spend money, so I have to assist her.
What? He's married. How could you be so foolish? Are you really willing to betray me? Betray our love for a married man? Do you realize that you're not only destroying the happiness of that family, but also ruining the life of an innocent woman?
Ha! I can be with anyone, as long as I have money. Am I happy now? If you had truly made me happy, I wouldn't have sought out another man to fulfill my needs. And his marriage doesn't seem to be a happy one either. So you say I'm the one ruining it? If it weren't for me, he'd be having affairs with other women. So why not take a chance?
But that man might not have the courage to leave his wife for you. You'll regret leaving me.
Spare me your mockery. I don't want to be his wife either. I'm fine being his mistress as long as he provides for me. Did you know he promised to give me hundreds of thousands of dollars every month so I could shop? He even said he'd buy me a mansion and a luxury supercar. Look at yourself. Do you honestly think you could even afford those things for me? Maybe in your next life, you'll save enough money to buy a mirror for that supercar.
How could you sell yourself so cheaply? Aren't you afraid of the disappointment it will bring to your mother?
Don't you dare bring my mother into this. She doesn't need to know anything. I'm living my own life, and if that means enjoying a life of luxury, so be it. And regret? I won't regret a single thing. I'll be living a life of luxury while you struggle to make ends meet. I'll be sipping champagne in a mansion while you drown in your own failures. You were never capable of providing for me, and now I'm taking matters into my own hands.
I never thought I would witness such a despicable transformation in someone I once loved. But mark my words, Riley, this path you've chosen would lead to nothing but emptiness and regret. And don't think for a second that your actions won't have consequences.
Consequences? I'll face them when they come. But for now, I'll revel in the life I've chosen. I'm done with you, Edward. I'm done with your weak excuses and empty promises. My new life awaits, and I won't let anyone or anything stand in my way. Goodbye, Edward.
I hope we never see each other again.
Edward, how are you? I miss you so much.
Riley, what are you doing contacting me? How could you say it after everything that's happened?
Just hear me out, Edward. It's important. I've made a huge mistake and I need to talk to you about it.
I don't know if I'm ready to listen to anything you have to say. You've caused enough pain already. But go ahead, say what you need to say.
When I left you and made those terrible decisions, I thought I was chasing happiness and material wealth. I thought I could find fulfillment in a life of luxury. But I was wrong, Edward. So wrong. I've been through hell these past few months. I was completely deceived by the man I left you for. He promised me a life of luxury, but it was all a lie. He never bought me anything. And once I divorced you, he dumped me without a second thought because he said he only dated married women.
Are you serious? You mean to tell me that he used you and left you without nothing? After everything you put me through, I don't even know if I can believe this.
I swear, Edward, it's the truth. I have nothing left. I've been homeless for 3 months, sleeping on the streets and rummaging through trash bins just to find something to eat. I hit rock bottom, and I finally realized how foolish I was.
Riley, I have to ask, why didn't you go to your mom's house for help? I thought you had a close relationship with her.
It's true I used to have a close bond with my mom, but after discovering what I did and my choices, she's completely cut ties with me. She was devastated and couldn't bear the shame and disappointment. I didn't want to burden her or face her judgment, so I felt too embarrassed to ask for her help.
I can understand why your mom would react that way, considering the circumstances. But why me? After all that has happened between us, why do you reach out to me now?
Edward, I'm desperate. I don't have anyone else to turn to. Despite everything that's happened, I know deep down that you were the one person who cared about me once upon a time. I know I don't deserve your help or forgiveness, but I'm at a point where I have nothing left to lose. I had to swallow my pride and reach out to you.
It's true that there was a time when I cared about you deeply, but you hurt me in ways I cannot forget. I don't know if I can fully trust you again.
I understand, Edward. I don't expect you to trust me right away or forgive me easily. Edward, I've come to realize that despite everything that's happened, I still love you. I want to come back to you and make things right. Please tell me that there's still a chance for us.
Riley, stop talking nonsense. You just said that because you want to have my money again. Plus, I'm currently dating someone else. She is the daughter of the investor who helped me save the company. We met and felt a strong connection right from the start, and we've been dating for a month now. Maybe you're right. We don't belong to each other.
You're joking, right? This can't be true! How can you move on so quickly? We have a history together, and you know deep down that we belong together.
Riley, I understand that it may be hard for you to accept, but it's the truth. I never expected to meet someone like her. Someone who understands me and supports me in ways I never thought possible. We have built a strong connection, and I can't deny the feelings that have developed between us.
No, Edward. This can't be happening. You can't do this to me. I can't accept that you've moved on so quickly. I've been through hell, living on the streets and eating from trash bins, and you're telling me you found love in just a month? How can you just replace me like that?
It's not about replacing you, Riley. It's about finding happiness and moving forward in life. We had our chance, and things didn't work out. I had to continue with my life and find someone who could be my partner and support me in my present. I never expected to find love again so soon, but it happened.
You think she's so great, don't you? Well, let me tell you, she's just a gold-digging opportunist who's using you for your money. She doesn't love you like I do. She's probably laughing behind your back, knowing that she's stolen you away from me.
That's enough, Riley. I won't tolerate you disrespecting her. You don't know anything about her or our relationship. I've had enough of your bitterness and insults. It's clear that you're still unable to accept the reality of our situation.
Oh, please, Edward. I know her type. She's just after your wealth and status. She'll leave you the moment someone richer comes along. You're so blind that you can't see the truth right in front of you.
Stop it, Riley. You're just trying to manipulate and hurt me with your words. It's over between us, and you need to accept that. I won't let you belittle my choices or my happiness. You're only showing your true colors by lashing out like this.
You're a fool, Edward. You'll regret leaving me. You think you found happiness, but it's all just a facade. I hope she breaks your heart into a million pieces, just like you did to me. You'll realize the mistake you made, and I'll be the one laughing at your downfall.
This is the last time I'm going to say it, Riley. Our chapter is closed, and I won't entertain any more of your insults or threats. So go ahead and continue living your pathetic life or chasing money and using people. But know that I have moved on, and I am happier without you. You're nothing more than a bitter memory, and I intend to keep it that way. Goodbye, Riley. Let me tell you how this wild ride came to an end. So, remember Riley, my ex-wife? Well, her life took a pretty rough turn after she left me. Turns out, her quest for a luxurious lifestyle ended up backfiring big time. You see, Riley's cunning ways caught up with her. She continued her manipulative tactics, using people left and right. But it didn't take long for everyone to see through her facade. Friends vanished, and she was left all alone, with no one to turn to. Her deceitful ways caught up with her, leaving her in a state of isolation and regret. She had lost everything and everyone that ever mattered to her, and her existence became a sad reminder of the consequences of greed and manipulation. Desperate and broke, Riley resorted to all sorts of tricks to maintain her illusion of wealth, but it only dug her deeper into a pit of loneliness and despair. Her once lavish lifestyle became nothing more than a distant memory, and she found herself living a truly pathetic existence. Meanwhile, life took a different turn for me. Remember Sarah, the daughter of the investor who helped me out? Well, fate had a funny way of bringing us together. We clicked from the moment we met, and our love grew stronger with each passing day. We were inseparable. Sarah and I decided to take the plunge and tie the knot. Our wedding day was a celebration of love, surrounded by our friends and family. It was a beautiful ceremony filled with laughter, tears of joy, and lots of dancing. As the years went by, Sarah and I built a life together filled with happiness and fulfillment. We supported each other's dreams, tackled challenges hand in hand, and never took our love for granted. It was a true partnership, and it brought us endless joy. And as for Riley, well, I hope she finds her way back to the right path someday. But for now, I'm just grateful for the love and happiness I found in my life. It's a reminder that sometimes the best endings come when we let go of the past and embrace the possibilities of the future.